Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Stay Motivated. Now if you're new to this channel, we welcome you to the right place, because in this channel we do not only keep ourselves motivated, but we keep others motivated as well. And also, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please make sure you consider subscribing and watching other videos as well. In the last video I spoke about becoming successful through your thoughts, but in this video I'm going to talk about becoming successful through your skills. Coming up. Today's motivational quote is going to be, your skill can either be an asset or a liability. Now, there's a difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. Very simple definition, right? An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. And a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Any expenditure that you make, that's usually considered a liability. So each and every one of us was born with a very unique skill. And some people, while some people are putting their skill into practice, others are not actually maximizing the use of that God-given skill. I would like to refer you to, a story in the Bible about the parable of the talents. The master, called 3 of his servants, and among these 3 servants, so he gave one 5 talents, to another he gave 2 talents, and to this last person he gave 1 talent. And he all gave these talents to these people according to their ability, right? So he knew, there's something about ability. So the first thing is that God has given each and every one of us a talent according to our ability. So we got to make use of that talent. Now the story doesn't end there. So he went to his trip, came back. When he came back, he called all the 3 talents, the 3 people that he gave the talents to, and he's like, hey, okay, what do you guys have for me? So the person that had 5 talents, came up with 5 more talents. So he had a total of 10 talents, so he multiplied it. The person with 2 talents did the same thing. He was given 2, and he brought back 4 when the master came back. Now, there's something very interesting about the person with 1 talent. Now, first of all, when you have 1 talent, it's just very smart for you to do something about it, right? So he took the 1 talent. Because of fear, he dug a hole and put the talent and buried his talent. Now, very interestingly, when the master came back, it's like, okay, these other 2 people, what was so special about them? They had 5 talents. The one with 5 talents brought 10. The one with 2 brought 4. Now, the one with 1, because of fear, he buried his talent. And the very interesting thing that the master did was, he said, okay, you lazy servant. He took away the 1 talent that he was given and gave it to the person that brought 10 talents more. Now that tells me a lot of things here. Now the first thing it tells me is that God does not encourage lazy people. So if you're given a talent, you cannot just bury your talent, which is what a lot of people are doing today. You could use that talent, multiply that talent and earn some income for yourself and become very successful. So because of the fact that he buried the talent, the master took the talent away from him and then gave it to the one that could make use of that talent. Now the question I have for you is, what are you doing with your talent? Are you like this lazy servant that took his 1 talent and buried it? Or you're like the person with 5 talents that took the talents, went to the bank, multiplied it, and had some interest? So I'm here to encourage you that if you definitely have a talent. So I'm here to encourage you that make use of that talent. So no doubt you always hear the statement that the poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. Now it all started, way back in the Bible. This person with 1 talent, the master took it away from him and gave it to the person with more talents. So you and I would say, actually it doesn't make sense. But I mean, of what use is you having the talent and not making use of it? Is just as good as maybe just throwing the talent away. Now I got a story to tell you. Once upon a time in this village, right, there was this guy that was this barber. He was very good at cutting hair. So he would cut people's hair. People would really motivate him, pay him, and he was working for somebody. Now this one special day, his friend came to him and he's like, hey brother, can you please teach me how to cut hair? I enjoy the way you cut your hair. You cut people's hair, so I would like to become a barber and cut hair. So yeah, as usual, the friend is like, yeah, definitely I'm going to teach you how to cut hair. So he decided, every single day he would, have a class with this guy, cut some hair, and they did that for a certain time frame. Now, after this guy had the skill that he needed, what did he do with the skill? He left from there and opened a salon. He opened a barber shop. Now, this is somebody that did not have, the skill of cutting hair. He opened a barbing shop and started cutting hair. Actually, hired more employees to work for him. Now, another person might be like, this is crazy. But now, this guy that taught him how to cut hair, he was like, I never thought of this. So this is someone that, acquired a skill. He wasn't born with that skill. So he acquired the skill and put it into practice. Now, what more of someone that was born with a skill? Have you ever thought of maybe starting a school? Maybe you're skilled at what you're doing, maybe teaching or whatever thing you're doing. Have you ever thought of maybe starting a business? It could be as simple as maybe starting a YouTube channel where you share content such as this one. So I'm here to actually encourage you that you do have a talent and you need to put it into practice. You never know what the future holds, but the hardest part is always to start. You need to get up and start. I'm hoping that you're getting motivated so far, and you're probably already thinking, what is the next move you're going to make. Now, if you know someone around you that has started a business, so I got a tip. This is a very, very big tip for you to emulate. If someone has started a business around you, it could be your friend, your family member, someone that you know, I'm going to encourage you to go and motivate that person to encourage the person's business. Now, you're not only doing this for this person, but you're doing it to yourself. And I'm going to explain it in a little bit. Now, whenever you do some favor or you do a favor to somebody, humanly, we have an obligation. It's subconsciously, it's like an obligation to us that because this person helped me at this point in my life, whenever the person is going to be faced with an opportunity that I can help, I'm going to make sure that I help that person. That's just a natural response for people. But then what happens, somebody, your friend starts a business. Instead of encouraging the person's business, you make sure that you do not buy from the person. You do not encourage others to buy from that person. Now, when you start your own business tomorrow, now, do you think that this person is going to buy from you? Now, most likely not. The person, it would need the very special grace of God for that person to come to, encourage you in your business and even have other people, come to your business. So, but just imagine that, 100 people that started a business or that started something that you could motivate and promote. Now, just imagine that you had promoted this 100 people. Now, hopefully you're getting, motivated so far and you're about to put your skill into practice, right? Now, you're about to start your own business. Guess what? This 100 people, well, I'm not going to say all the 100 people are going to support you, but you're going to have at least 90% of these people come to support you. Now, that alone is already a huge crowd that is going to pull. Now, it does not even end there. Now, what about the friends of these people that you do not even know? Guess you start maybe a shoe business. These people, they're most likely going to come to you, buy a pair of shoes and then probably encourage other people. Someone might be like, hey, do you know anybody that sells shoes around? Most likely they're going to, refer you to them. So it's very important that, as you're helping people around, you're indirectly helping yourself. And that is a very powerful concept that people do not understand. So I'm going to repeat this. If you know someone that is in a business or that has started a business, please encourage that person, because by so doing, you're doing it to yourself. Now, lastly, I attended a friend's graduation party, and something remarkable that was said about the celebrant was that every single time she goes for any event, be it a birthday party, a graduation, whatever thing she goes for, she always has a present with her. She always brings something. And that was very remarkable because everybody spoke the same thing about the celebrant. And no doubt when I got into the hall, almost everybody had a gift. Almost everybody. And this is just a reflection of who she is. But so that alone speaks a lot, that whatever you do to people, when your own time of celebration comes, people are going to show up in their numbers and probably, a lot more, with things that, a lot of surprise. So it's very important that, you emulate this character. So as usual, I'm going to leave you the verse of the day that says, God has given each of you some special abilities. Be sure to use them to help each other, passing on to others God's many kinds of blessings. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the content of this video. And one way you could support this channel is by just hitting the like button for me and subscribe if you actually have not yet done so. Please make sure you watch the other videos as well. Stay motivated, keep others motivated, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.